So let's continue. So when you look at this, this is the beast. Revelation chapter number 13, beast. Ekranoplanes. Who owns the Ekranoplanes? Which continent, which country owns the Ekranoplanes? And when you see the word dragon in the Bible, is talking about China world power. It said the dragon gave his power to the beast, talking about Russia. Yes, don't forget. So the Muslim cannot be the Antichrist. They don't have the attributes. They don't have the military strength. They don't have what it takes. The Islam religion is just violent oriented people. They don't think. Islam people don't think. They don't think. They don't think about invention. They don't think about tomorrow. A UAE president is, I think, is the one of the Islamic leader that thinks about the future. The rest of them, they are violent oriented. They are just extremists. That's one thing about them. So they cannot emerge as the Antichrist. No, it's not possible. But they are being used indirectly by the devil to carry great persecution on the Christian. So if you say you don't want Christ, you don't have the power to say you don't want the Antichrist. He's going to influence you, and you are going to be part of the Antichrist regime if you are not born again today. If if you miss the rapture, or the rapture eludes you, because 2026 is a memorable year. Don't forget, Donald Trump, in his Christmas speech, he said this might be your last Christmas. He knows what he's talking about. America is going to be destroyed. The world order, that one religion order to rise, American is going to be destroyed. So he knows what he's saying. Now let's go now. So the Soviet Union, the USSR, was located in northern Eurasia, the largest country in history, stretching across Eastern Europe and northern and central Asia, from Baltic Sea to the Pacific Ocean, encompassing 15 republics, including modern-day Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and the Baltic states, with the capital in Moscow until the dissolution in 1991. Key geographic features: vast extent. It covers over 8.6 million square miles, spanning 11 time zones. Share borders with countries like China, Poland, Finland, and Afghanistan. Internal division. It comprised 15 Soviet Socialist republics, SSRS, such as Russia, Ukraine, and Baltic, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Landmark now. Let's look at the landmark of USSR. The landmark. Home to Lake Baikal, world's deepest lake. The world's deepest lake is situated in USSR, and the Caspian Sea is the world's largest sea. That is exactly, this actually fit into Revelation chapter number 13 description. This sea monster is large. It needs that massive water body for its homage, for its utility. In essence, the Soviet Union occupied most of the Eastern Europe and a huge portion of Northern Asia, forming a massive transcontinental state. Now, the Bible begins to describe from Revelation chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, army color, and his feet were like the feet of a bear. You can look at the feet of a bear there. So, this is, John, these guys were in a bush. So, even when God showed them this technology, the only thing they could use to describe it were animals and beasts. So now, if you look at the plane, this Eurocrane, this Ekranoplane, if you look at the Ekranoplane from under, you see, so the back of it, the buttocks looks like the back of the foot of a bear. Then the front is bristling with the horns. The Bible call it horns. Those are the engine tubers, 4 to the left, 4 to the right. And but the foot of a bear, you have two tools, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Though they are 5, you can just separate them, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and that's what the Bible is talking about. Now, and okay, foot of a bear, and its mouth like the mouth of a lion. If you open it up, it looks like that, because when this plane is open up, the design within and all of that looks like the mouth of a lion. And the dragon, China gave power to it. So look at the foot of the bear there. You can look at the foot of the bear there again. And another thing why the Bible referred to this monster, sea monster, is that the foot of the bear is so thick skin, so strong. This Ekranoplane, the metals that is used in the constructions, it has high tensile strength, that before it can be destroyed, it's going to take a weapon that have the equivalent force to penetrate the body. So the foot of a bear is thick skin, and the foot of the bear is strong. You can look at the Lun-Class Ekranoplane, the foot of the bear. Look at that's the foot of the bear. The wings of this plane. Don't forget that what you are seeing is not the wings. Those are the legs of the plane. These are the legs of the plane, and the end of the plane looks like the foot of it. So that is it. Now let's. But Ekranoplanes, there's something about Ekranoplanes. Ekranoplanes does not stay underwater. It's also referred to as WIG, wind in the ground effects. That these vehicles were designed specifically to fly just above the surface of the water, typically at the height of 1 to 5 meters. Submarine. Ekranoplanes are not submarines. While they are technically classified as ships by the International Maritime Organization (IMO) or IMO, due to their operation over water, they do not submerge. Purpose: they were designed to travel faster than ships while staying under enemy radar detection. That's the reason. And it's only Russia, the Soviet Union, the USSR that have this military might, that have this weapon. It's a combination of an aeroplane and a ship, large aeroplane and a large ship. It's a hybridization between aeroplane and a ship that gave birth to Ekranoplanes. And it's a war tool. It's a military might. The operating limitations: they require relatively calm waters to operate effectively because they cannot fly high enough to clear large waves. So that's why America can't have it, because of this. So the Caspian Sea is one of the calmest water bodies, and this is the largest water body on the earth. The US does not have it currently. They don't own anyone. But US, they have the likes of the Boy Pelican and the Dapas Liberty Lifter. But these haven't been built. It has not been built. While Russia built some for military transport, but they are now mostly retired or museum pieces. The US investigated them, but operational issues and existing naval power limited the development. Though the Dapas Liberty Lifter program recently ended, showing continued US interest in ground effect vehicles, that's the GEVs. Why the US has not built large Ekranoplanes? Number one, operational limitations. Ekranoplanes need relatively calm waters, limiting their use in rough seas, unlike traditional aircraft. So that's one of the reasons Americans cannot build Ekranoplanes. Existing naval power. The US already possess large naval forces, making a unique amphibious military transport niche of Ekranoplanes less critical. So that's one of the reasons Americans does not have it. So Revelation chapter number 13 was talking about the emergence of the Ekranoplanes. And these Ekranoplanes, in our next video, we will look at their missile strength. Ekranoplanes can fire missiles that have nuclear capability. So when you are hearing of the beast, it's not talking about Satan. Satan is junior to the beast. The beast has never existed. The beast is bound in water in the Caspian Sea, and Russians worship that beast.